Welcome to Sage Sisters. We are sisters, besties, moms, and co-founders having a fun catch-up on parenting and life.
Hey, I'm Ann.
And I'm Kate. Welcome to a new episode of the Sage Sisters podcast. Uh-oh, Ann's over there.
Got a bug.
You got flies? What's going on? That was a weird start.
It was a little gnat, a tiny little gnat, which is actually perfect for how this day is going, just what we're juggling over here. But I got it. I just
give me a taste. What's going on over there? You seem like you're shuffling a lot of papers.
I'm in good spirits. I'll just start with that.
Okay.
But we're dealing with a leg injury.
Whose?
With a little bit, my leg injury. I'll get into that a little bit later. Leg injury, a little bit of fraudulent charges, identity theft.
No.
Broken washer. We got a little bit going on over here.
Oh,
I feel like
my God. That's
I'm bobbing and weaving.
A smorgasbord of shit, it sounds like.
Honestly, the day started off pretty chill as far as vibes go. Getting back into it.
Yeah.
We'll kind of chat about that. I'm sure that's our high, but we just had a lovely 4th of July weekend with each other.
Yeah.
Little travel. And then like the vibes were good. Woke up, got two of the kids off to like school and camp, worked out, and then like everything. Life just started smacking me in the face.
I always have such like a bitch slap, like visceral, It's like pop, 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 pop. That's how I feel like some days get.
Well, and it all happens like at once, I feel like. In the last hour, things really went to shit. I was so, I thought, planned out and organized today. And then about an hour ago, it was just like, what? And I did stop and get some lunch, but I didn't have time to eat it. So now I'm just staring at a great lunch while we podcast. So I don't know if I'm going to eat it or if I'm just going to stare at it.
We could have had another 10, 15 minutes.
No, I already put you out like an hour. So I apologize. It's just like, let's roll, baby. Let's roll.
Well, I'm sure our sound editor could edit out some eating noises if you need to sneak in a bite or two.
There is nothing worse than listening to people eat. So I think I'll spare. Also, what I say on the Lost podcast, I could skip a couple meals, so it'll be fine.
This is the universe being like, Ann?
Can she do it?
Okay, well, let's tease the topic and then we'll get into some highs and lows. What is the topic, TA?
The topic is something that we've kind of sprinkled in the last 3 episodes. We've talked about it, but we've lost the plot on a lot of things.
And the we is collective parents.
Collective parents, us included, you know? And so it's like when something hits you and you're just like, wait a minute, what are we doing here, people? That's what we're talking about today.
I have these moments like, how'd I get here? Yeah. How did this all come to be?
100%. And I would say I probably ask that question once a week, You're
there? I don't even know if I'm that reflective. So this will be helpful for me to kind of like pause.
Yeah.
Assess.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So I'm excited. We'll get into it. And I think it's going to cover a broad smattering of sports, tech, all the things. So we'll put a pin in it.
It's not just one topic. We've lost the plot on a lot of things.
And it's time to rein it in. Okay.
Exactly.
Let's get into highs first.
Okay. Do you want me to start? I've been talking a lot. Okay. All right.
Nah, go for it.
All right. Well, I love
I was going to say, when has that ever stopped you?
Crack the knuckles. Okay. No, my high is just when people make an effort, it means so much.
I have no idea where you're going with this.
Well, we just had a lovely family reunion where people across the country, our cousins, made an effort to fly in.
Yeah.
And it's just so special when the stars align. It's like everybody either drove or flew in or had to plan around things to make a family reunion happen. And we've said this a million times, but we have 13 cousins in a small, range, and we have extended cousins and second cousins that all come in.
And they all have families and they live all over now.
All over. And it's just so lovely. And so we just had the best catch up with so many good family members. And we had just had a wedding a couple weeks ago. So a lot of the like catch up small talk was just fun, just hanging out and laughing. I was laughing so much this weekend.
It was great. I was also thinking I didn't talk about work once in the best way possible.
I love it. I did like once, but casual.
Yeah, but it's like sometimes you go to family reunions and you see like, an aunt or uncle you haven't seen in a while, and it's like, how's the work going? It's like, listen, I'm excited about our work, but it's nice to not have it be your whole identity.
I hate talking about it. I've always said that.
Yeah.
I don't know why I hate it so much because I do love to talk. I just like for something about talking about work to me is
And it's like, I don't care what they do. You know what I mean? Like,
right. It's
with
like
your cousins, with your family, it's like I kind of want to know what you do because I think it helps complete a picture of like how you spend your time.
Right. But I don't need you to get into the nitty gritty, nor do you want me to. Like,
it's boring. Let's move on. So I agree. Everyone was just in the thick of it, and it was glorious. Yeah. I kind of forgot how spread out everybody is. Like, I forget who it was, but somebody came up and was like, okay, remind me where you guys live. And it was like Colorado, Denver, Milwaukee, DC, Pittsburgh. It's like, holy crap, we're really spread out.
And everybody came in for it. And most years we have a really great turnout. This one was like a really, really good turnout.
It was. We had, to put it in perspective, over 90 people at our family reunion, which is, I think a lot of people outside the Midwest go, huh?
Yeah.
What?
It's
so you're going to say 20 people. It's like, no. We had 16 people just permanently staying at my mom's house.
100 people. We all stay at our parents' house. It's delightful. Yeah. We squeeze in. It's just so fun. Cheese dip, fried chicken, lots of different salads, watermelon
so many dips. I mean, I need to cool it on chips and dip for a hot second. I ate, and I knew I was going to because it is my favorite food group. Yeah. But
a dip,
man, I dipped and dipped.
This is what I like to do though, is I don't get a big plate, or like if I do get a plate, like a small, but then I just scan. I go by and grab a couple of things each time. I graze. And then I'm like, I didn't eat that much. And then I'm sure if I really did, like, if I put all that food on a weight.
If it's on a small plate, it barely counts. That's my strategy. No, it was, when I dip, we dipped. I even messed that up, but I ate dip.
I got where you were going.
I ate dip from dawn till dusk is how I felt. And that's my best life, and I'm happy about it. Okay.
Well, is your high similar? Do you want to
carry in? It wasn't the food. It was just a great weekend. I was feeling a little bit like we just saw everyone. It's a long way to go from California to Evansville, Indiana.
Yeah.
I was having a little bit
Flights are expensive right now. Everything's expensive.
I got to shout out our parents. They threw some money my way to help cover the costs.
It's really cool.
Oh, it really took some sting out of it. And I'm really grateful for that. It's like, when are you too old to start taking money from your parents? I see not the day. I was feeling a little like, God, is this smart? Like, we're trying to save up for some stuff. And I was just like, this might not have been smart. And then that just really helped. And then just seeing the cousin or the kids with their cousins.
Oh my gosh, the best. The kids, first of all, in the 90 some odd people we had there were 60 something adults. There were so many adults. But then we had 30 or 40 kids running around. Pure chaos, pure joy. But they were having so much fun. And there wasn't a lot of
parenting weekend at 9 and 7. It's like, see ya. Call them, come back when you need something.
Even Lily was easy because there was a gaggle of kids around her age and she was off. And she loves hanging with the older kids. And it was grandma and grandpa's house. They know her.
But you're over the hump. Think about that.
Yeah.
You don't have to watch her to make sure she's not going to put a marble in her mouth or anything anymore.
No. I did have to watch her to see how many cake pops she tried to pop in there. Every time I saw her, she had a different dessert. I was like,
listen, you give up. It's 3 days. Listen, I'm eating dip. I'm not gonna even throw stones at you eating 15 desserts. It's whatever.
Well,
I saw Grace.
She would be like, I haven't had anything. Diet Coke. Yeah.
I go, you've pushed it too far. Dial it back to Sprite at a minimum, without caffeine.
All I know is Lily would be like, I didn't eat anything, and her lips would be blue. I'm like, okay.
Mine just had a permanent chocolate mustache, mustache beard situation. But it was they were living their best life.
Anyways, should. Yeah.
It was lovely. Just lovely. I'm so glad we made the effort. I'm so glad we have such a cool family.
Here. That was mine. Loved it.
Well, and I actually thought, okay, so we go to something called Holiday World. if you're from Southern Indiana, you know about Santa Claus, Indiana. You know about Holiday World. But if you don't live in a very tight bubble in Southern Indiana, you have literally never heard of Holiday World. So
I have a couple friends. Well, they grew up in Kentucky, so it's still kind of in the bubble. But they were like, Holiday World's our favorite. And I was like, you know Holiday World? But yeah, it's still Midwest tight in this area.
My kid's favorite line is Holiday World's better than Disney.
It's which so I'm like, good. It's not.
I think it's, well, I know it's not better than Disney, but I love that they think it is. And also to me, all in, it is better than Disney because tickets are $70.
Yeah.
It's like clean and not as crowded as Disney. Yeah. Not that Disney's not clean, but I'd say it's like on par cleanliness wise. It's not as modern. It doesn't, whatever. It's got some like, but there's also nostalgia points for me at Holiday World because we grew up going. So
the kids love it. It's easy.
Love it.
They have free drinks throughout the park. So it's just like to maneuver it, it's easy. It's not logistically that difficult. Now at the end,
it's not as big.
Right.
And you might think I'm a bad mom, but I sent Grace and her older cousin off alone this year. Yeah. She had her Apple Watch and I said, check back in. And like, that was also amazing. I would never do that at Disney.
Listen.
But there's something about being at Holiday World where it's like a little bit smaller and just, I don't know, more Midwest people. I was like, okay, I trust this.
Per the usual, I thought it was too far, but that's what makes us different.
Well, she had the time of her life, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, they came back terrified because the watch wasn't working appropriately.
Well, okay, all right. You know what I realized it was?
No internet?
At first I was like, well, I thought it was, oh crap. Well, first I was like, crap, did Sage Haven like goof up and this doesn't work or something? That was my first thought. Second thought was like, did it not have good cell service? You know what it was? She had it on airplane mode.
Oh,
she's such a rule follower on the airplane when they said like, please turn all your personal devices to airplane mode.
Makes
sense. So the reason it wasn't working is because she had it off.
Yeah. Okay.
But anyways, it worked out. They were
yada,
safe.
Yada, yada, safe.
Yada, yada, yada. Now it was hot as the surface of the sun.
Well, we spent our entire time in Splash and Safari, which is the water park, which is great. Now, listen, is it my favorite place to be on earth? No. Do the kids love it? Yes. It's like, it's kind of like my nightmare. And
I thought you did better though. Did you? I thought
I was chill. I'm a more chill person. All weekend I was hoping and waiting for your like acknowledgement of how cool I was of a mom this week.
I was going to say, I expected you to be, not letting your kids off a leash. I thought you were going to have them in a backpack leash. And you didn't.
I know.
And you let them run with the cousins and then come meet back up. You let them go in the wave pool without you. I was like, yeah, great. This is like progress for you.
I know.
So congrats.
Thank you for saying it. I'm glad you noticed. I was literally waiting for that all week. But it was easier as far as anxiety. Mm-hmm. It just is still not my favorite place. It's like too many people, too many lines, too hot, too difficult. You got the little ones. It's just, but I'm a curmudgeon. I don't know.
It was very hot. And to ride the rides, you can't wear shoes. Well, so I thought. So you can't wear flip-flops. You can't wear Crocs.
You need water shoes. You got us into a pickle.
Shoes. I got us into a pickle because I was like, we're going to go ride a ride. We can't wear shoes. I blistered the bottom of my feet on that walk over to the
I want to be clear. River. Yeah, you said we were going to go ride a ride. We did the lazy river.
That was the lazy river. I mean, something that you can't have shoes on.
Yeah. I just laughed. But yeah, you were like, let's not wear our shoes. It'd be ridiculous to keep them over there. And I was like, I don't know. And then we were just absolutely walking on the surface of the sun, frying our feet.
Yeah. Mistakes were made.
Listen,
but I've never wanted to buy water shoes more than I did on Friday.
Yeah. I know.
I was like, I would even go for a shoe that has a separated toe right now. That's how hot my feet were. I was like, I'm that person. Also, I love Indiana, but it's a lot of people I don't want to see in swimsuits. And there's just no way to even wear cover-ups when you're doing the rides. Like a water park, amusement park it's just humanity on display. And it is a feast for the eyes.
I like to walk around like a supermodel. And we all know that ain't true.
In that crowd, you were. Exactly.
I'm snapping at people like, how you doing? Pulling a Joey from Friends.
Well, and I think this is funny, but They give you free sodas all day.
I know. Like, but no, you can also get water. It's just most people get soda.
No one is. Everyone's walking around with just jugs of soda. I'm like, oh boy. All right. Nothing honestly makes me want to go on a cleanse like a Holiday World Splash on Safari Day. But
true that. But it was fun.
Kids had a blast. I was super proud of Calvin for doing a lot of stuff that I think was a little beyond his comfort zone and like navigating that well.
Yeah, same. My kids were doing bigger water slides that they've never done before. Did one of them have to get taken down from the top because they refused to do it once they got to the top? Yeah, that happened. Yeah. But like also good for them for acknowledging and moving on. You know,
I agree. Who cares? That's part of it. So anyways, fun day at Holiday World. Great like pizza night with all the cousins.
Love pizza night.
We did like a newlywed shower for two of our cousins that got married. I thought that was just really perfect.
It was wonderful.
And then we have the huge 4th of July party. Now, there were a few lows.
Hit me. You go first with the lows.
Okay. We have a huge backyard fireworks show. What I said?
I know where you're going. I know why. Go on.
Okay. And the dads do the shooting off of the fireworks. Like dads being like, you know, people our age who are, you know, the fathers of young kids.
Yeah, we're old as shit. The old men at the party.
Not like the 70-year-old generation.
Yeah.
Like we're talking, everyone was in their mid-40s. And the fireworks are set up in a way where it's like pretty much you light it back up. They're like these boxes that go up. Anyways.
They're numbered. It's super organized and tight. Like
these are huge fireworks though. These are illegal in probably more than 40 states, I would venture to guess. Anywho, one tips over this year. And my son, who is anxious already before this happened, goes, "This is too loud for me. I need to go inside." And I was like, "Sure, sweetheart. Like, let's go to the back. And if that's still too much, like we'll go inside." So we're walking to the back and Cal and I take a firework to the back, which I realize how this sounds. And you're correct. This was wildly dangerous. No one was hurt, but it scared me and him like 10 out of 10.
People were running everywhere. People were screaming and running everywhere.
Yeah.
It's drama.
This was a memory that many kids will be talking to their therapist about later in life. Luckily, no one was actually injured.
Yeah, no one was injured.
But I gotta tell you, Calvin had a bone deep scare of a firework blowing up on his back.
It didn't blow up on him, but it did get you with a little spark that flew out of it for sure.
No, that's understating what happened. But he was fine. We made it through. He and I spent the rest of that fireworks show inside. We got some notes for next year about seating arrangements.
Yeah. I think that we could do things differently.
There's going to be some tweaks.
Like we lived through, I've been just watching like all of the stupid videos on social media of fireworks gone wrong. And everyone in the comments is like, "Why would you do this, you idiots?" We were one of those.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I get it. A lot of people are anti-firework. It's not like I don't understand that point of view. But we set it to music. It's got like a huge family tradition. This was the 40th year of this party. We've been doing it for 40 years.
Yeah.
Anyways, pretty much our whole lives, we've been doing this backyards fireworks show. And it's set to music. It's over the top. It's everything you want it to be. So,
and again, I repeat, we have a lot of safety things set up. It just, this situation happened, even though we had a lot of the safety stuff set up.
I think a protocol or two might have gotten breached. But regardless, tweaks will be made. Cal has a new trauma. He's fine. Okay. Then the other thing is, we got delayed on the way home and we didn't get home till like 1 a.m. last night. So if you're seeing this live, I just wanted to explain a couple things that you're seeing.
Tired eyes.
Yeah. So It was a long trip home, but my kids did great. I mean, overall, it was like they're easy to travel with. It's just a long day.
When you are already going to get back late and then you get delayed and you're traveling with kids, it just stinks. There's no getting around it.
Well, there's no directs from,
it's the worst.
Bay Area to Southern Indiana.
Yeah.
So we go through Dallas, which adds like a boatload of travel time. It's just a long ass day getting home and to and fro.
amazing to see everyone. And like, you're a part of that when I say people made the effort to come in and it made it special. So like,
I'm glad we'd do it again in a heartbeat. It was totally worth it.
Doesn't mean it's not a low.
Doesn't mean I can't bitch about it. Okay, what do you got?
All right, I got a couple of things. I've alluded to a few of these, but one, I hate talking about ailments, so I'm going to say this fast. Got a summer cold over the weekend. Nothing worse. Just makes you feel ugly. You try to talk with people. How are you feeling today? Better. I'm still stuffy. It's just
I know your voice. I can hear it in your voice a little bit still.
When you're stuffy, you're gross, and people are like trying to come up and give family hugs, and I'm like, stay away. But I don't want them to be like totally grossed out with me. So it's just like a weird, like.
So then they just think you're a little frigid with a bad hug.
Exactly. So it's like, okay, whatevs. So got a little sniffle. Fine. No big deal. Just annoying. 2, identity theft.
What happened?
No. All of a sudden we looked at it. Chase, thank you for your service, did a flagged fraud. Like, is this you for like a $3,000 purchase? It's like, no, it's not. So they canceled the card.
Where was it at? I'm curious.
It was like a hotel, like a pre, what do you call it? I don't know. Before you get there, hotel charge. Yes,
charge.
Exactly. And then as we started to investigate further, there was a bunch of $5 of crypto things. They were building it. So I just found that out like 15 minutes before I got on this call. So we're going to deal with it. But one, we already got the card canceled.
But is there anything worse than like, I don't know, getting a new phone stinks because you got to like put everything on the new phone, and doing the new credit card stinks because it's like, God, everything was already linked to that. I now have to wait till subscriptions say they don't work and then deal with that.
That's the thing is, exactly. It's one by one because it's not like I'm going through knowing everything. So that's just kind of annoying. And then as I'm doing laundry, because we got back from like, travel, I noticed that the water's not filling up in the washer. So now we got to get a guy to come over because the washer's it's working, but there's no water in it. So, okay.
So not working.
Cool. Not
working. Yeah.
Then today.
So your laundry is going to back up. Your mental health's going to be on the fritz.
It's going to be on. Yeah. Good luck getting me to do any kind of work without sleeping. No, I'm just joking. But then, okay, I'm working out this morning. I'm feeling great. Got music going. Yeah, I'm back in. I'm motivated. I was even motivated before I left for 4th of July. I tried to stay pretty tight this weekend. Not too bad. I've been trying to get back, So today, Lola had a camp a little bit later, so she's working out with me, and she was in good spirits. So we're working out together. We're having a great moment. And then she goes in, and I'm like going to do sprints. Okay. And in my mind, I don't know if you play this game with yourself. Do you do like if somebody came up and asked me, what I'm training for, like I'll tell them this, or like I just like do these things in my head to like motivate myself. I'm like, you still got this, and I'm like, I'm going to tell them I'm just like proving to myself I can still do it, like I'm still an athlete. Like, what a loser. Okay. I'm in my head, like pumping myself up like this.
I never do that, for the record. So.
You don't? I literally I'm always thinking like, okay, yeah, I'm training for this. This is so motivating. Anyways, long story short, I'm on my 10th sprint. I pull my calf muscle. Literally, like I thought it was my knee. I don't think it is. It's like a high calf muscle. So it's not a Achilles and it's not a knee, thank goodness.
Not an ACL pop behind your knee.
I don't think so. It's a little bit lower than that by appearance. And so I'm hobbling, but I do think it's just a strained muscle.
Yikes.
Nothing makes you feel worse, though, when you're like, I still got it. Pop.
It's like the old man hamstring pull.
100%. And I did this cool little like skip before I started to sprint, and that's what did it.
Yeah. This is like, I don't want to say we're too old, because the reality is like, I think we got to fight this with everything we got, including high intensity workouts. But it's like sprinting and Olympic lifting. We might be past the point where we need to be doing sprints, aren't we?
I don't know. I think sprints are good for us. It's like sprints are good, but here I am limping around.
Bummer.
Sorry, I know.
About that. What's the pain on it?
It's actually not that painful. So that's why I think it's just a sprain.
Okay.
But when you walk, you feel the point of pull. It like almost makes you limp because you don't want to like pull it extra. That it's that it feels tight every time I walk. That's what the feeling is.
Oh man.
So some doctor on here is going to listen and be like, it's something worse.
Yeah. That's cute. She thinks she pulled her calf. Well, bummer.
Anyways.
All right. Well, let's flip the vibe to you got the everything's not awful, right?
It's a great everything's not awful. And I guarantee this person I'm about to talk about does that internal monologue with herself.
Okay, let's hear it. Quit complimenting yourself. And
yeah, I'm not comparing myself at all to this woman. I would die if I did what she did. All right.
Okay.
Over the weekend, and she's been doing it it took her 44 days and 17 hours, 43 days probably and 17 hours.
Okay.
There is a woman, I cannot believe you haven't heard of it if you haven't. Kelsey, and she was row for Kelsey or something like that is her Instagram.
I've seen this. Was she going to Hawaii or something?
Yes, she was rowing from Monterey, California to Hawaii.
Okay.
And she was going to just prove to herself she could do it by herself. She did a solo ride. Now, it does sound after a lot of research that she's done this before with a larger group. Then she was going to do the solo ride to prove to herself she could do it. Then she was going to try to beat the women's record. And what ended up happening is she crushed it. She's okay. And she ended up beating the men's record as well. So she's the youngest person to ever do it and solo. And she is the fastest person to ever row from California to Hawaii. Isn't that crazy?
Okay, I only caught one blip of this on my feed. I've been social media light here, so I missed things.
Yeah.
But she was like getting ready for a storm.
Yes.
Did you see that one?
Yes. I watched the entire thing. I caught wind of it early June. She took off at the end of May. Okay. Not a ton of followers. Then it started to pick up. And she was doing it, by the way, for charity as well. So donations to the Whale Foundation.
Okay.
And I believe her name is Kelsey Findle or something similar to that.
Okay.
But she was just enjoyable to watch the journey. So you're kind of watching her because you're rooting for her, and she was really likable. And she had everything.
She's also very pretty.
Yeah, very pretty. And she had everything on Stargaze, or what is Starlink. So you could follow her journey even though she was solo out there. She had like the camera and everything set up through Starlink. And you could track her and see where she is. There were so many things. She hit like swells, like a tropical storm that was like 13 feet swells that was just taking her kind of off path.
That is a hellscape for me.
For who not? It's crazy. And then think about being in the ocean in the middle of the night by yourself. That's crazy.
I know. Like the sharks, like, did she not read Broken? She must have not read these books I read.
She was just
Unbroken. Is that the book I think of?
Just
you remember that book?
Through.
Anyways.
No, I can't watch or read or anything about sharks.
This isn't one for you.
I'm telling you, it was so powerful to watch her do it though, because it was just like everybody in like watching this is like probably so fear-based because you're like, this is insane if you actually think about doing it. And then she did it and then was able to break all those records. It was just unbelievable.
How did you get into something like that? Was she row in college or something?
I don't know. I mean, she obviously has she's rowed a lot and she was training for it.
Yeah.
But like just the fear base of it too, not even the physical.
No, the sharks and the water swells, the storm of it all is like.
It's crazy. Her hands, she had blisters all over her hands at times and she had all these things she was doing to take care of it. I mean, it was just unbelievable to watch her journey.
I'll have to get into it. That sounds very cool.
Well, it's over. Kelsey, you'll have to go back. It's done. The journey's over. She made it.
I didn't follow in real time, but
also I will say too, she didn't know how many people were following her when she took off. No one really was like caring about her story. She did a couple interviews, but it was kind of like, okay, then people started to follow her. But time 44 days later, by the time she made it to land, she had like 800,000 followers, but just like a ton of fans and like all this publicity. And she had people lining up in Hawaii when she was pulling in, screaming and chanting. So she pulled in at like 9 p.m. And I think she looked a little bit stunned because I don't think she knew anything going on. And now she like grew to this huge following and people were just like cheering her on. It was like very special to see her like pull in. Yeah.
That's cool. All right.
Good job, I'll move on. Yeah. Awesome. Good job, Kelsey. You rock. And I could never do what you do. That was amazing.
Amazing. Humans are amazing. All right. Let's get into the topic du jour, which is sort of like, what are these places in parenting where you stop and you go, wait, what? What are we doing here? And why? And how did we get here?
Mm-hmm.
And for me, the one that's like glaring and blinking lights is like the insanity around kids sports.
I mean, we have to start with kids sports. It's just, we have lost the plot, people. And it's hard to get out of it. Almost impossible to get out of it. Because if you choose as your family to not go in the crazy cycle of like travel sports, picking one, prioritizing it, starting young, like it's crazy. Like
here's what
how
I'll
much
say.
pressure there is for kids at a young age.
We are very pro sports.
Yes.
Your family, my family. We grew up with sports. We're pro
hardcore sports, hardcore.
And I think when I think of what sports do for kids, I'm like, every kid should play sports. I don't care what your ability level is. I don't care what your body type is. I think it just is such a pathway to get along with others, make friends, have a sense of belonging and purpose.
Work with others.
Learn how to push through a little bit of pain.
Yes.
Do hard things.
Yes.
Also, even though sports are kind of like, you lean back, you go, this is kind of dumb. We're just like throwing a ball in a hoop, or like we're just, trying to hit this with a stick or whatever it is. It's like the mastery of a skill, of any skill, is such a cool endeavor. Like master a skill, right?
Right.
Focus on something, get frustrated with something, push through some. So I am like, could not be a bigger advocate. Also, if you weren't convinced, 94% of women in C-suite positions today played sports.
Yes.
It's like research linked to an increase in confidence, leadership, more likely to go to college, higher self-esteem, more positive body image. Like we could go on.
Yep. All the things. I'm a huge advocate.
And why
we've still lost the plot.
And why the hell have we taken it to this unhinged place where it's almost not fun? We have completely lost the why of fun fitness friends. I just did that off the top of my head and that kind of worked out great.
Really cute. Loved it.
Thanks.
New slogan.
But we really lost the plot of that to now about everything feels like it's about a college scholarship, or everything is about excellence. And it's like, excellence, we can celebrate excellence without losing the plot, can't we?
It makes me sad for almost all the kids, because there are some kids who are just so athletic that they'll make it no matter what. So if those kids never did travel, if those kids never did these teams and they tried out for the middle school, high school teams later on, they still have a really good shot of making it. A small, very small percentage of kids. Yeah. Because they're so talented, those coaches, even if they've never heard their name before, will put them on the team. Then there's this whole layer of kids, that's almost all the kids, that's like, they're pretty good. They have mastered a skill, but they still need to work at it and be very hardworking to be able to get good at the sport. That it stinks for, because if you don't push into some of those travel or whatever, you're out of the politics of it. So there's a whole wave of like, if you start to meet and know the coaches and all the things of the teams, that's annoying. 2, travel sports takes up so much time. It's not for everyone. The kids get burnt out, and it's really frustrating because they don't end up loving the sport that they could love because we've pushed them too far. Yeah. But parents feel they need to do it in order to get on the teams. Is that so frustrating?
Well, and I'm like, I'm always trying to problem solve, but I'm like, how did we get here? It's like, part of it, I think, is college got really expensive. And the lure of a scholarship is actually like financially compelling for a lot of people. And you go, well, that could be a pathway that actually might really help us. I think that's part of it. I think too, our generation really values sports. So then we're pushing that on our kids as like, this was a pathway to success for me.
Right.
And so like, now you have to follow this pathway. Also, it wasn't nearly as hard to play college sports in our day.
No. And also, think about the middle school teams. Everyone almost made the middle school teams where we came from. And you could play multiple sports.
I just look at these parents and I go, this is not the way. Like all of my intuition as a college athlete is watching these parents go nuts to get their kid on travel 8-9-year-old teams and like specialize at soccer, baseball, whatever it is. so young. I'm like, they're going to burn out and they're going to get injured.
I was going to say, there's actually a
starting to
lot of
see that.
statistics with the injuries. Like if you
you're starting to see that. Well, this is the first generation that we've gone that crazy about.
I know.
And now you're seeing it and they quit. It's like, guys, duh.
Well, I will say that we made a mistake, and I said this on the podcast maybe 2 or 3 times ago. It wasn't that long ago that I brought this story up, but I'm going to repeat it. Ace loves all sports. We are not pushing him. He wants to play sports all the time, every day, every hour of the day. Okay.
Yeah.
But he got asked to try out for a team for baseball last year and made a team. And it then did kind of pull him away from a team that he was on with some of his buddies, like his really close buddies. And by the way, all of those kids ended up going on different teams too. So like we kind of pulled these kids apart on accident.
Yeah.
Because tryouts and all the things. And he was like, yeah, I want to do it, And halfway through the season, I start to see this kid who's obsessed with everything, not loving it. And it's like, what are we doing here? Like, this is a lot of time. It's a lot of energy. When he gives effort, he's one of the best kids out there. But I could see it in his eyes. Like, we never have to be like, go make sure you try and give effort today. And we were doing that by the end of the season. I was like, what's going on? So we kind of recalibrated and asked him. And he just goes, I just want to play with my buddies. It's not that I don't love this sport. I just want to play with my buddies. And it's like, what are we doing here? We lost the plot, So instead of retrying out for that same team, and, I felt bad because the coaches were great. The kids on that team were great. But it just wasn't a fit for him. So we pulled it, and he's going to he's on a team now with his buddies. And we kind of like built a team around the old kids that were all playing differently. And like now they're not going to be all on the same team. And it's like, who knows if we're going to be as competitive. But the reality of the situation is he's still going to be playing. They're still going to be playing at a good level too, by the way. But they're just going to have fun. It's like, just have fun. We don't even care if you guys win. We just want you guys to learn how to give effort and be with teammate. And like, that's why you do these sports right now, is to like not win. It's to like learn all these skills.
And let's say you are going to try to optimize for a college scholarship or even professional level athletics. The time, and I get that maybe there's some sports like gymnastics and others that like have a different timeline. So I'm just going to go for like mainstream normal sports. It's like the time when you go from good to excellent is middle school, high school, right? And the only way to go from good to excellent is if the kid practices on their own a lot. Like, that's it. It's like, it's not a parent taking you to practice. It's that driveway time.
Yeah.
It's that burning desire yourself to go like dribble a couple extra, shoot in your bed every night. It's like, that's the only way this happens. And no amount of parents pushing extra teams and extra travel stuff gets that thing done. And that thing is less likely to happen if the kid's burnt out and not like wanting it so bad for themselves. And so I'm just like, gosh, guys, like I just see this over and over where the parents push really hard. The kid looks like he's showing a lot of promise at 7 to 12. And then I hear the parents go, yeah, he just got sick of it. And like, he doesn't want to play in high school now. And I'm like,
listen,
duh.
I quote Pat Summitt a lot in this house because she had the best quote, in my opinion. Pat Summitt, Tennessee women's basketball coach. Very popular. If you don't know her, she's great. But I saw her in an interview talking about her own kid.
Yeah.
And he was playing, I don't even know, let's just say basketball. I forget what sport, but it was basketball in high school. And she said, I will give you every opportunity. I'll put you on some teams. I'll have you, I'll research. I'll put you in camps. I'll get you some coaching, whatever you want. Like, I will do everything that will help you be successful if that's what you want, but I can't start your engine. And I loved that quote because it's so true. It's exactly what you were saying. If you have the drive to want to do it and you want to practice on your own and you have started your own engine on whatever it is, I will do what I can as a parent to like help you. But like, you got to have that. I'm not going to push you to do that. It's not me, it's you. Loved that. But we can move on from kids sports. But the one thing I will say is now that the baseball thing happened to us, I'm trying to now look at everything and just say, okay, it's about fun And we still are getting stuck in some traps of like playing competitively at a young age.
Yeah.
But we've got to remember the focus is just for them to get those skill sets to be able to like have fun with it, be a good teammate, and learn the sport. So that way, when they do push themselves, when they're a little bit older, it will hopefully take off. And that's the hope.
Yeah. Well, and I think specializing is a huge mistake. And I know it's hard when your kid loves one sport, but I actually just think even from like an injury, but these coaches are not on that page. These coaches are getting paid by private companies to do year-round tutoring, and they're pushing you to say, hey, I only want you playing this sport. Like high school coaches are saying, I only want you to play one sport. It's like, I hate that. I mean, I hate that. I want to really try to like change the culture of that. It's like, that's not even the best way to go get a college scholarship. Like multiple sport athletes have a much higher chance of playing in college. It's like this specialty is not the way.
One thing too I'll add is it's just a lot on the parent when you choose to keep multi-sport up as long as possible, because you're still getting very competitive with the sports, but you're just trying to then do 2 or 3.
But if you're only competitive in the season, the main season.
Exactly.
You have to kind of stand for no, fall baseball. You have to stand for no fall swim.
That's the thing.
You have to stand
you can't do none. I'm just telling you right now, I already see it, but you can do a lighter version. It's required a lot more of the parent to be able to try to continue.
Why can you do none?
So like, for instance, if you are into baseball, the season is spring.
Yeah.
But you have to be on the team all year round to do it. Now you can do a lighter version in fall, right? Like it usually is a lighter version because you won't be on that competitive team in the travel state. You will not be in that league that brings the competitiveness. You lose your spot. So like I
hate that. That's effed up.
I know, but I'm just saying we're doing multi-sport as long as possible.
Don't you lose your spot if you're not on that competitive level in the fall?
No,
how do you do it, Les?
You just have a lighter version of it. So we're on the team. We just have a lighter version of it. And like
what do you mean?
So they practice less in the fall. There's less tournaments, but you still have to be on the team. So like our team is still doing it year round, but it's a lighter version in the fall. And we will have to say, like, we may have to miss this amount of practice or one tournament or something in the fall, but we'll give you 100% in the spring. And if they're okay with that, then you're in. And that allows us to play other sports. The coaches or the leagues, whoever are,
That pisses me off so much that you lose your spot for the main season if you don't play year round.
It's what I see here. Now, it may not be forever, but I'm just saying it requires a lot of the parents, because then we're still going to be doing a little bit, but we're still going to let them play other sports.
It's not a little bit, though. It's not a little bit from what I see with my own eyeballs out here. And I think different sports are different. I think baseball is a really hard one. I see that here too.
Well, we can take golf less seriously in the fall, but do a little bit. And then like pick up in summer is like really great for golf. So like our heavy golf is right now, So we just have year round heavy sports, but we take a lighter version on the off season.
I don't want to do that. I'm like going to only limit mine to that season only. I'm not going to let them play. I mean, if it means you're not on the competitive
call me in a few
team.
years. I mean, I hope that is possible. That's what I'm not trying to have a solution. I'm just saying the realities of parenting right now is that it may not be fully possible to only focus on one sport for that
You have
season.
to stay rec league, it sounds like.
Yeah. Yeah. And that is an option.
Yeah.
And I think you can choose to be rec league for multiple of those sports. You know what I mean? Like we're rec league for a few of those sports for sure.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. If the kid's driving it and it's hard to say no, I totally empathize. But I'm just like, this is how people get trapped in year-round things because these coaches are saying you're going to lose your spot if you don't do it. I think that's what's got to change. Like if the coach said, okay, this is our spring baseball team. We're going to keep this crew together for competitive spring baseball. We have a fall optional if you want to do it, but like you don't lose your spot. That changes the game because then it's like, okay, well, we're not going to do fall. We'll do soccer in the fall.
Well, and our coach did say we're comfortable with you having a lighter version in the fall. So we're doing soccer and football, but then
all I hear, I'm so skeptical is it's like, I'll take your money and then you don't have to show up.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of true. It's totally true. But I'm just saying, there are coaches that allow it, that, but it is annoying. I wish the whole culture would change. It's just
shouldn't
really
be
hard.
lighter. It should be nothing. You should
I
play
agree.
baseball in the spring. You should play soccer in the fall. You should play basketball in the winter, or whatever your version of this sports are. But it's like, it gets
The
nuts
only
when
way
you're
you can
trying
do
to
that is rec. And if you want to stay in rec, that is completely possible.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to try to keep ours in rec until they want to specialize in middle school.
I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I think it's great. I think you just get caught up in the trap sometimes if, your kid loves it.
I know.
It's really hard. I don't have the right answer. I don't think I'm doing it right. I'm just like, we're trying to keep it multi-sport as long as possible.
Yeah. But it becomes unhinged, and then it's like there's no family. It's just like then you have something every single night of every single thing because you're doing light baseball while you're also trying to do soccer.
Yeah. Hence, we've lost the plot.
I know. Man, how do we change this? Like, I'm like, literally, like, these leagues need to cool the heck out. And how would that change? Like, how would it be where Ace wouldn't lose his spot if he didn't play fall ball?
Go to a different team that would allow it, or rec. But just keep more kids. The problem is, in our area, a lot of kids leave rec who are getting more competitive. So the rec leagues aren't as competitive at an older age because all the kids have gone to a more competitive league. And it stinks because it's just so much easier to stay in rec, but it's just not, there's basketball. There's a lot of them that have left the rec leagues, and then you're left with, which is fine. Maybe that's the answer. Maybe it's just keep them in rec and let them do great in rec.
It is funny though, because like I coached a rec like very young. This was for first grade boys, and most of them were so bad they like couldn't even play. You know what I mean? It's like, is this what's left here?
Yeah,
Kind of.
I mean, I don't think
that
it's
was
that
young.
bad. I don't think it's that bad. I think that there is still talent. It's just a lot of the talent has gone, so you're left with less talent.
Yeah. Oof, I hate it. I guess that's where I'm landing with it. Is like, I get it. I empathize. No.
It's a no. It's just awful. It's just really hard to do. And that's coming from a love of sports family, and it's still hard.
Well, I genuinely don't think it's in their best interest. The kids.
No, I agree.
Let's say Ace wants to play college baseball or be a pro baseball player.
Baseball's not even number one for him.
That's my whole point. It's just exactly. Like, but let's say it was. I still don't even think that fall ball helps him. I think it hurts him.
I agree.
Yeah. Okay. Let's move on to another topic, which is technology. I guess here's my beef on tech. I think we are oscillating between tech abstinence panic mode, and I'm so overwhelmed I gave up. Right? Like I hear this over and over, and it's like, like I'm sort of like complete tech abstinence in our world, and like a true panic where it's like so, and I understand why, because like so many companies use fear, and it's just like, right. But that feels like a plot loss. And then, did you know only 57% of parents use parental controls? So we have. I mean, think about that. You got a bunch of parents that just are like nothing. They've given up.
Here's what I'll say is abstinence, there are families that can pull it off, and I applaud you for it. It's just to me in my life, it's not realistic. And I just think with all of the technology that the kids have access to in schools, out of schools, blah, 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 I don't think it's realistic for a lot of people.
Yeah.
But you've got to be able to do it safe. And you've said this a lot, which is like when you give a device to a kid, it's not all or nothing. You have to set parameters around it. And at a younger age, it's easier. Your kids don't get into things. They're not searching for things outside of the one app you've given them access to because it's not on their radar. Right. But there is a quick turn, probably 4th, 5th grade, that all of a sudden the kids start to explore more. And that's where the parental controls have to be set up. And it's like, they're not easy to set up.
It needs to be set up the second that kid has access to an individual device or even can turn on the TV by himself.
Agreed.
But
I'm just saying, like, there's a wave of which parents maybe don't see it coming, and then all of a sudden it's there, where all of a sudden there's access to.
They don't have to do it yet.
Exactly.
But I'm also just like, it's not all or nothing. It's not all or nothing. I feel this is sports. It shouldn't be all or nothing.
Right.
And so many families in sports opt out because they maybe their kid's not good enough for the all, but it's like, where's the good rec league people? I just feel like in tech too, it's like, what was our name? We're going to come up with a name for our boring middle, moderate middle.
Yeah, moderate middle.
Moderate middle moms. Mm-hmm. But it's like, I need moderate middle moms on tech. It's the right way forward. No tech. No.
Right.
No parental controls. No.
So true.
All right, let's go food.
Yes. So I actually obviously find this topic super fascinating. We talk about it a lot.
Yeah.
But like I'm a little bit on the crazy side where I think that I think it's statistically speaking now we're starting to see it too. Our food sucks. You know, we have a lot of processed food in America. We have too big of servings. It's really hard to eat healthy in this world because you have access to all of this stuff. And even the stuff that looks healthy, unless you research it and know what you're talking about, it's shit.
It can be hidden shit.
It's ridiculous.
This is an aside, but have you had Takis? They're so toxic and so delicious.
They're disgusting. I hate those things.
Oh my God. They're the worst of the worst. And I sometimes will start thinking about them.
That's the thing. Like, again, it's probably everything in moderation. I freaking love Doritos. Like if you haven't had a
Those
Dorito,
are cousins. And then Takis and Doritos are cousins.
You grab a Dorito, you're like, these are so good. They're disgusting. They're so good.
You know what was so funny about Doritos? Calvin goes, "What is this?" the other day. He goes, "What is this?" And I said, "It's a tortilla chip that looks like this. And that's how much stuff they put on the outside. Like that's how much chemicals, color." And his eyeballs went. It's like, he didn't even realize he was eating a tortilla chip. Carry on. But Doritos are also amazing.
My point is like my brain goes, so good. Disgusting. My brain goes crazy here though. Cause it's like, I thrive to want to be, is that not strive, not thrive, not thriving over here. I strive.
Striving, not thriving.
Striving, not thriving.
A memoir.
Strive to be making my own bread, growing vegetables, making food that's super healthy. I know it's so boring.
It's not boring. It's unrealistic. I feel like you've lost the plot.
Well, I try.
Like trad wife or nothing.
I know, but it's like I try to get our kids to be eating super healthy. But then it's like kind of, it's like then do I not go grocery shopping at all? Like, can I not do any of these things? Does everything have to be organic? It's just like annoying that our food is so bad. You have to really, really strive to get to the other side of just basic healthiness.
You and I are both living a suburban life now.
Yeah.
So I did not find this issue hard when I was urban because it was no big deal to walk by a little bodega, pick up a few things for dinner that night or the next night.
It's a good point.
It was easy. And I actually feel like when people go, well, Europe doesn't have this problem. I'm like, there's a lot of Europe that's very urban.
Yeah.
Not living in these bigger suburban, vast neighborhoods where nothing's walkable. And I'm a happy suburban lifestyle person. Like my kids are thriving. Like I love having a larger home that we can breathe in. Like it's our happy place. I'm not poo-pooing suburban life, but it is connected to me because I'm like, this wasn't hard before. It's only hard now. Yeah. Because in suburban life, you go, well, let me go to Costco. Let me get a bulk size. Let me go to Walmart. And then it's just not fresh.
Yeah.
And I've realized, I was trying to think, what's the minimum grocery trips a week to have produce and fruit and veggies that I actually want to eat? Because
it's true. The dream would be able to go to the market every 2 days and just get a little bit of stuff for dinner that day and the next, and then go back. I think 2 times a week is realistic, and 3 is pushing it for us. Mm-hmm.
And I think twice a week, can work.
Yeah.
And then I just also don't want bulk kind of
or processed. But here's the thing. The farmers markets now, I love our farmers market, but it's so expensive. I hate to be that person.
I know.
But it's I go to support the local farms because we have a lot of great farms around here and a lot of access to things like that, which I appreciate. But it is so expensive. And it's all right, I'll go get that. Veggies and whatever, but I'm gonna break the bank, and I don't know, it's just a little bit frustrating.
Well, and I've stopped going to TJ's because it's Trader Joe's because it's like the produce goes bad in like a second.
Yeah, you have to really look at your produce. I bought broccoli the other day, organic broccoli, loved it. Opened it up, it was rotten in the middle. It was like, what? I just bought it.
So frustrating when that
So
happens.
frustrating. Ugh.
So I don't know. I guess it's just like a commitment if you're living that suburb life of 2 grocery trips a week to keep things in the home that actually like, otherwise it looks nasty. And I'm also kind of a brat. If something is even turned a touch, I'm like, bleh.
Yeah, I know. And then, the whole food waste is a nightmare. So it's like you really don't want to load up on produce and then have things go bad because that's.
And I feel so bad for people that just like, I don't know. I sometimes think of like a single mom. It's like, she can't get there twice a week.
Yeah.
I understand the fast food and the processed. It's like, dang. But we've lost the plot here.
We have lost the plot. Yeah. And again, this is like kind of going back to it. We've joked about it, blending the first topic in this one. Quit bringing snacks to everything. Quit doing it. I don't want snacks everywhere. I don't want everywhere I turn, there's an opportunity for my kids to eat poorly. It drives me nuts.
Chris was the coach and actually just told people we're not doing snacks.
I know. I appreciate that about him a lot, actually.
I think some parents were like, what? That was their favorite part. And we're like, no, not doing it.
Just not. Just no. Just no. Go
the
get
other
something
thing
afterwards.
is that I do think there's a couple hacks here to try to make like a frozen fruit or frozen vegetable fill a gap. Like the smoothies, I think is kind of a hack.
Totally.
You still need fresh yogurt or milk or something. It can't be like totally all processed, but at least then if I don't have good fruit, I can get my kids some frozen fruit, and that feels like #fine.
Or like making something that then you can reuse the next night too, like doing a larger batch of some broccoli side or whatever it is. And then you can it's like.
We're leftover people big time.
We're not. Well, my husband is. We always joke. Phil eats all the leftovers. The kids and I are like, nah, let's start fresh. But unless I make something like in bulk, like soup or, I make a lot of things in the crock pot that I love to reuse the next day. But, just as far as leftovers go.
Okay, I'm getting hungry. We should move on.
I'm staring at my wrap right now. It looks so good.
What kind of wrap is it? I'm like such a fat kid.
So
I'm like, your food.
No, I went to Radish, which I love. Amanda, who was on the podcast, love her. And she has this chicken. So a lot of times I get Caesar, but she's been promoting this hot, crispy chicken that's like all healthy and delicious. I know. I'm so excited for it.
Okay. Let's talk beauty, because I do think my thoughts have evolved a little bit here on, why do these 9-year-olds have a skincare routine? Like, woof. Why are, Sephora girls? And listen. We played a basketball team who named themselves the Sephora Girls, and I had the biggest eye roll. I was like, gross. This is a basketball team.
Yeah, that is gross.
And I wish it wasn't that present, but I will say my daughter Grace is about to turn 10. She really wants. I'm now trying to find how big of a deal is this? Like, is this worth fighting for? Is no Sephora worth fighting for?
I would love your thoughts on this, because it's like everything else with parenting. Your kids are too young, or you don't have kids. And then you're like, I would never do that when they're, tween. I would never do that when they're a teenager. And then you get there and you're like, ah, shit, whatever. I totally get this,
You're like, oh, damn it. I will say on the makeup, she's 10.
Okay.
She wants all the makeup. And right now we're going to buy ourselves some time by doing a sunscreen with shimmer. You know what I mean?
Yes. Okay. Yeah.
Lots of lip gloss. I gave her my old blush that I didn't want.
Mm-hmm.
And she feels like that's it. But we're not doing kind of full face yet.
Yeah.
She's really into, the trendy, what is it? Sun de Janeiro body spritz.
Yep.
This was her number one thing for her birthday. And at first I saw her list and I went, oh, God damn it. Like,
yeah.
This is a Sephora expensive spritz.
Mm-hmm.
And listen, the product's nice. I get it. But it's like, I just don't want her smelling like a ick. She'll overuse it. This is supposed to be a light mist. I can already see what's coming my way. And then I was like, had this moment where I'm like, of all the things she could be obsessed with, she wants a body spritz. Fuck it. Who cares?
Body spritz to me, totally fine. Remember our obsession with Bath and Body Works back in the day? It's like a body
Bath
spray.
and Body Works was $9. This stuff is like $39.
I know, that is the whole thing. But it's like, look, a body spray, fine. I love the shimmer sunscreen. I think that's totally cool. Where I have an issue is when they start looking in the mirror so much and feel like they have to be wearing something at a young age. That is where I'm like, how do you stop that? It's like the sports. How do you stop the cycle? If you allow the spritz and you allow some of the makeup and you allow some of it, how do you then stop it from going full throttle crazy?
Mine is I'm still limiting any get ready with me content. Like I'm not letting her, I know she gets it a little bit just through society or through friends or whatever. But like I, in my head, think her being on camera, thinking about being on camera, and watching other people do a 13-step process where then she starts thinking, well, I only wash my face and put on sunscreen, and do a spritz and but she also, like, her birthday, she wanted a vanity. It's like, golly, where's this coming from?
Right.
And I don't even let her watch that and she still wants it. So like society has its weird way to like ooze in there.
It's true.
But I had a friend whose daughter was getting rid of her small vanity.
Yeah.
So I got a hand-me-down vanity. I'm like, okay. Am I going to fight this like to the death? And I just decided she's a good kid. She's wearing mostly stuff that's fine. I don't want her to like wreck her skin with serums and stuff. But like, I kind of have loosened up my no Sephora energy. And now I'm sort of in a, whatever. Even on the bras, I've really cooled it. It's like talking to puberty experts, knowing that some people her age actually need bras. I don't know, it just softened me a bit.
I never had a weird thing with that. It's like, I think that
I just didn't want her to grow up early. That it was all about just like wanting to keep them young.
Right.
But
then also just don't make I hate when people make a big deal of something and then it becomes a bigger deal. It's like, just let that lie.
It's just no big deal.
But I will say, it's doing things in addition to just make their it's confidence for me. I don't want them thinking that they have to do these things to be beautiful. And so it's like, if you're doing other stuff, like empowering them with not just sports, but like physical activity, making sure like the smart, like they know they're smart, like they know their self-worth in so many other ways besides the looks aspect.
Yeah.
Then you are doing then that's, you allow those things and that's fine, because that's not what they're making. That's not who they are. It's not like I have to be beautiful in order to be somebody.
I actually love that point, which is to pump them up about something really special about themselves that's not about performance.
Yes.
And it's not about looks.
Right.
So find another category: creativity, writing, art.
Right.
Whatever it is. But I love the idea of really hyping them up, because I do think this is like prime figuring yourself out time.
Just feel good about yourself.
Confidence.
Be proud of yourself. I know. I say things to Lil all the time. She eye rolls, but I do think it's seeping in. It's like, we can do hard things,
Mm-hmm.
You can do it. You don't need anybody else to help you with whatever it is. It's like, you can do this. You are that person. You are strong.
There was one other funny thing that made me laugh, and this was on my feed maybe a couple weeks ago, but it was like, we've lost the plot a little bit with how high our expectations are of kids. And the thing was like what I expect of my first kid. And it was like 110% effort at all sports, great grades, respectful and kind 100% of the time.
Yeah.
Picks up after themselves, comes proactively and communicates with me about anything on the edges. Like whatever. It was just like this long list of things that everything resonated for me. And then it's like what I expect of my second kid: be in a good mood.
Yeah.
It was like, oh my God, something really hit me about that. And I know I have two like different personality kids over here, but I was like, I think I do have a little bit too high of expectations for Grace.
Totally.
It's like, I need to cool it a bit. It's like, even the other day, and I realized this thinking about this on a situation that happened yesterday, which is we were leaving Grandma's house and they had made a mess. And I mean, I don't know if you saw that basement before you took off.
No. Oh, no, it wasn't all them, though, because it was from the party before, I'm pretty sure. I tried to clean up as best I could.
Okay. Our kids, including Sarah's kids, your kids, my kids, and some party mess, left that basement in horrible shape. And we were leaving in 10 minutes when I got eyes on it. And you guys had just left. I went downstairs and I went, sweet Jesus.
Oh, no.
So then I was like frantically cleaning in the last like 15 minutes to just make it look like it still was horrible when I left, but like better. And I had Grace and I pulled her aside. I said, I'm so disappointed in you. Like, why did you not tell us this needed to be clean? You knew we were leaving. Like, now grandma's left with this burden. You know what I mean? Like, I really dug into her. And then I was thinking later, Cal made just as big of a mess as she did. Him and Ace were dipping cotton balls in liquid and throwing them all over. Calling them meatballs. I was like,
I did not see that. Oh boy.
Oh boy's right. But I was like, I dug into her. I didn't say one thing to my second.
Yeah. And then if you had a third, then you're like, that one, nothing. We expect you to wake up and breathe.
Totally. But I was just like, okay, I need to cool it. I think I'm losing the plot on how my oldest needs to be all these things.
Lower expectations. Yeah.
Lower expectation on the oldest and honestly higher on the second.
Totally.
At least over here. It's like, I should have been talking to Cal, even though he's more sensitive, saying, hey, you should have come, I just need to balance it.
You know what I think though? It's just, it may not be oldest. It's probably particular to the kid, because I see that I maybe put a little bit more pressure on Lola or expectations on Lola.
You think it's daughter? Think it's gendered?
For me, I think it is because she's very helpful and capable of hygiene, cleanliness,
and great communication,
cleaning, great communication. And so if let's say they make a mess in the playroom, I have a more expectations that playroom will be cleaned with Lola than I do Ace, because Ace sometimes I'm like, God, he's so bad at this stuff, when he puts dishes away, it's a nightmare. Lola puts it away perfectly. It's like, it's just, sometimes I'm just like, thank you for trying, Ace. Lola, I put more expectation on her. I think that's interesting, because I didn't know that really until you said that. Now it's very clear to me.
Yeah. Well, so maybe I got to find some middle ground. But I was thinking, I've lost the plot on my kid expectations.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyways, I'm going to rein it in. Okay, let's move on. This is getting long.
Tech tip?
It's just a quickie, but if you didn't hear, the UK recently banned social media for kids under 16. So I wanted to honestly just take a moment to celebrate.
Woo!
Won't go into effect until 2027, but globally, we have now 4 active bans: Australia, Brazil, Malaysia, Indonesia. We have more than 10. I want to say we're getting closer to 15 or 16 countries that have banned it starting next year. And these are some big European countries. We got France, we got Spain, we got now UK. So it's like the tide is a shift in here.
And as we talk about that bad content for the kids and just staying away from it, this is what we're talking about.
Well, and we'll do another segment sometime on how's the ban going. I think it's we've learned a lot in the Australian ban in the first 9 months. And, sometimes the execution is falling around the edges. But what I've been reading about is just a lot of parents are collectively not letting their kids have it.
Yeah.
It just helps bolster parents who want to delay.
Mm-hmm.
Even though, of course, if you want it bad enough, you can find a way. But anyways. All right. Let's move into obsessions. What do you got?
Why don't you go first? Because I forgot my obsession today. I got to think about my obsession. I had it. Okay. Now I lost it. You go first.
I don't know if, I have a history of not great skin and what are skin products or what are things that can make my acne under control.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you remember these blue oil sheets, oil absorbing.
Oh my gosh. Yes, I loved those back in the day.
They're back, baby. I found them on Amazon. They're as good as ever. And I just went on a flight, but flights make you so gross.
Yeah.
And I took some of these oil sheets and was managing the oil on my face during the flight.
Mm-hmm.
A game changer. And I really think it's helping my skin. And I think in the summer too, when I'm hot a lot, it's I don't want to put more makeup on. I don't want to powder it. I just want that sweat to go away. So anyways, I'll link these amazing, inexpensive oil absorbing sheets that are a real game changer in the summer.
Yeah. Love that.
Yeah.
Bringing us back. That's a flashback to I remember that in teen years.
I must have seen somewhere where somebody had it, and I was like, I forgot about those, but like, why am I not using those? And then, anyways, they're awesome.
Well, and I remembered my obsession.
Okay.
The outfit I was promoting to you all weekend. I got a halter top, which I love to say. It's funny. Flashback to that too. Halter tops remind me of teenage years too. But it was a halter from Vuori with
that cut,
shorts.
Though, is so flattering. I feel like you and I both have like kind of strong shoulders. So like this cut, which I'm actually wearing right now, it's like, it's one of my better silhouettes.
It looks great. I got the daily shorts from Vuori and the halter top that goes with it. And they they have pants as well. So I got the pants. So it's like a 3-part set. Pants, that top, perfect travel outfit. Shorts, that top, perfect summer outfit. I wore it to the 4th of July. It's really wonderful in heat, but it's like a good material.
It was so flattering. I stopped you. I go, I need whatever you're wearing. What is that? It was really good. I mean, it's first of all that great material.
Yeah.
But the cut of those shorts and the cut of that halter, I was like, yes, please.
And it just feels good. And I think it looks sharp. Not only flattering, but I think it looks classic and classy. You know, like you're kind of like, what'd she do?
I felt like it was almost even a step up from the athleisure skirt. You know what I mean? It's like you got
because
shorts.
The skirt's becoming like I feel a little bit. I love my skirt. Don't get me wrong, but I do feel like when I wear my hair in a clip and I'm wearing my skirt, I've aged myself.
Full mom, suburban mom.
Exactly.
Yeah. This I think is a more modern take. I agree.
Yeah,
into it. Yeah, I'm gonna like put a little pin on there and kind of watch for colors and maybe a little sale happening, but this will be mine before it's all said and done.
Well, and I will say that the shorts, you have to get the right size. So, you know, I'm usually medium, sometimes even large. The medium would be fine, but I actually was in a small in these because they are kind of like a pleated short.
What about for the shirt? What about for the halter?
Medium.
Okay.
Which is I would say the top fits whatever.
Everything runs a little large then. Everything runs a little large.
The top is sized correctly. I'm a medium. It was a medium. If you got a large, it would be too big. The shorts, I'm usually a medium, sometimes large. I wore a small and it was perfect.
Okay, so I think I'll go large top, medium shorts.
Yeah.
They have great color. I wanted that color you got, but I know it would be too twinny.
Whatever. We twin a lot. It's fine. But I get first right.
And I'm gonna wear that. I'm gonna wear that too much.
Yeah, you're right.
I don't want to give you first right. I'm gonna have to get another color
because I'll be like, look, I'm wearing that, and we'll be traveling, and we like show up together.
Yeah,
embarrassing.
Mortified. All right. Well, I love the kind of light brown you got. All right, let's wrap it. Share us with just one friend. Think of one person who might like Sage Sister and send it along. We'd really appreciate it. We're growing just organically without any marketing. So you guys are doing this, but you have one more person who might like it. Think about it.
Bye, Liz.
Lilas Tan.